What's up, everybody? It's Mike Ferraro, and I'm back for an August 2022 market recap for the town of Greenwich, Connecticut. I'm here in 200 Greenwich Avenue in the Compass office to bring you all the data and details on what's happening in your local market. So let's get right into it. Greenwich, Connecticut, obviously is surrounded by amazing amenities. It's a great town, great schools, it's proximity to New York City. So itself as a town, as opposed to what's happening in the rest of the United States, we are actually faring very, very well. Yes, inventory is rising. Yes, some demand is slowing. That's going to happen with rising interest rates and an economy that's kind of being hit by all different things right now. But Greenwich, Connecticut, looking from afar, is standing and staying excellent and strong because of who and what Greenwich is. So for purposes of today's video, to make sure that it makes the most sense time-wise, we're going to be talking about all the data involving the greater Greenwich, Connecticut area. So this is the entire town. If you want specific information, whether you're a buyer or a seller, on your specific neighborhood, whether it's North Parkway, South Parkway, Old Greenwich, Riverside, Coscob, South Post Road, whatever it is, if you want specific information on that, we will have that available for you. I'm sure there's going to be links to take you directly to the PDF with all the same information, or feel free to reach out or comment below. All right, so let's get into the data. So the number of sales in August 2022 was 94. It was 101 in August 2021, so that's down 15.3%. Let's talk sales volume. In August 2022, we were at 270,691,000. August 2021, it was 273 million, and that's down by a little bit under 1% change. Average sold price, August 2022, we're at 2.879. In August 2021, it was 2.4. So we're actually an increase of 17% sale price, average sold price from a year ago. Number of contracts or properties in contract were 69 in August 2022, and in August 2021 was 88. So that's down 21% from last year. New listings, 74 for August 2022, 64 for August 2021. That's an increase of 16%. Average days on market, August 2022, we were at 54. In August 2021, we're at 78. That's down 31%. So look how low that average days on market is. Look at the amount of increase in sold price. So certain things are changing. The number of sales obviously has gone down because there's less properties being purchased, but the average sale price has gone up from last year. The average days on market is almost half what it was last year. New listings are up a little bit more. So the data is actually showing a positive note for real estate. So I'm going to pull back some statistics from even further than 2020. How about inventory, just in total inventory? August 2018, 582. August 2021, 267. April 2022, 170. August 2022, 202. So you see how it's gone way down as inventory, but just from April to now, we've definitely gained inventory as more properties have come on. And I think this has a lot to do with people realizing that, oh, hope I didn't miss the boat to cash out on that big payday from this really crazy real estate market. I think everybody put their properties on the market right as the market was kind of shifting. So I think that both of those things have added to an increase in the supply of inventory. Look at this statistic. Price per square foot. August 2018, 529. August 2021, 595. April 2022, 631. And August 2022, 669. From April to now, we've gone from $631 per square foot to $669 per square foot. I mean, all of these numbers are indicating a very strong, continuing to grow market. Although inventory is kind of going up, we're still showing a really low days on market. So when I look at the stats, I'm not seeing the same statistics that maybe the media is portraying around the country. And again, I put that to a healthy Greenwich, Connecticut market. Does that mean the market's not going to shift? Does that mean the market isn't shifting currently, it's not correcting? No, I do think the market is shifting. And yes, we're going to be going into a correction. I just don't think, because the lifestyle changes that people have made and decided to do, I don't think that Greenwich is going to be hit as drastically as a lot of these other towns and these other states. And we saw this in the past. If you were selling real estate in 16, 17, 18, Greenwich was really still one of the healthier lower Fairfield County markets if you compare it to the Darayen's or the New Canaans. Greenwich was very healthy because of its size and its nature and its closeness to New York City. But that didn't mean that we didn't have high inventory. Every place had high inventory at that time because we were still growing and creeping out of the original 2008 market crash. So let's keep going and talk a little bit more specifically on getting a little bit more granular as to kind of listings by price point, because I think that this has been really good here. All right, so I'm going to put up on the screen a couple of different charts, monthly inventory, listings by price range, and contracts by price range. And this is for, again, the greater Greenwich, Connecticut, the entire town. So very interesting. Look how high it was September 2020 compared to September 2021. And look how this trend's almost exactly parallel in their movements, going down from September, October, November, December, we are at low, bump up a little bit in January, back down in February, kind of keep this little up and down, very slight pattern here from March, April, May, June, July, and kind of holding steady. But look at how low the monthly inventory is in this past year compared to 2020, 2021. Let's look at the chart here, listings by price range. This is pretty cool. So the blue is obviously September 2021 to August 2022, and the black is September 2020 to August 2021. The black is at 383 for the under 1 million in the 2020 to 2021. It's 254 for under a million this past year. This past year, from the million to 2 million, we're at 318. As to the following, the prior year was 458. 205 for the 2 million to 3 million. We're at 319 from 2020 to 2021. 3 million to the $4 million price point, 129 this year. This prior year, the 2020 2021 is 214. 89 for the 4 to 5 million. This past year, for 2020, 2021, we're at 107. 63 for 5 million to 6 million, whereas 61 from September 2020 to August 2021. So we actually sold more, and this is the only outlier of all these price points. That $5 to $6 million mark from September 2020 to August 2021 did more than it did this prior year. My idea on that is I think that was one of the biggest price points that had shifted. There was things that were being traded at the $5 to $6 million price point that are now not being priced anymore at the $5 or $6 million price. So I think that there was a lot sold during the 2020, 2021 that if they had to do that again, knowing what they know now, they would be maybe 7.5 to 8.5, which would push them into a different price bracket. That's a shifting price point, I believe, in that market. So that was listings by sale price, but now let's talk about what actually went into contract, okay? In the under 1 million this year, we had 244. As September to August 2021, we're at 360. The million to 2 million, we're at 303 this year, 431 last year. 2 million to 3 million, 185 as to 307 the prior year. 3 to 4 million, 113 as opposed to 188 the prior year. 4 to 5 million, 73 as opposed to 82 the prior year in 2020, 2021. 5 to 6 million, 42 as opposed to 47 in contract in 2020 and 2021, and that $5 to $6 million range. And again, same thing as listings. I think that has more to do with, which is, again, this is interesting, right? Basically, with the outlier being the $5 to $6 million price point. All listings and all contracts and every price point are down from September 2020 to 2021. So your listings are down, your contracts are down, and that is going to that's what's going to happen. If you have less properties overall, and according to the entire year, you're going to have less properties on the market, which makes less contracts happen. Also, what we do not have here is a stat of off-market properties sold. That became a massive thing from this past year, is everybody wanted to start looking at the peak of this. I mean, off-market properties were coming off the market being sold, and they were not taken into consideration when we're looking at some of these stats. Like I said, when it comes to North Parkway, South Parkway, South Post Road, Old Greenwich, Coscob, Riverside, in the town of Greenwich, I'm not going to go over all these stats because this video would be way too long and you guys would be bored out of your mind. However, if you are interested in that, if you're a buyer or seller, again, reach out, comment, check out the link. We will have it available for you. So let's talk a little bit about what's best for buyers and sellers and some of my tips and predictions. So we've been having on the podcast new custom home builders on to kind of talk about their process and what they're seeing happening in their market. They are still slammed. The custom home building market is still really, really hot. People are absolutely still purchasing land and building property. However, no question, the price per square foot for build costs has gone up significantly. We just had Hobbs on, and then we also had Vita Design Group on. And they're saying it's absolutely going to be in that like $750 to $1,000 price per square foot for a high-end builder. Maybe you can catch $650 per square foot, but that's going to be a little bit more rare. So does it make sense to buy a piece of land and build right now compared to buying and remodeling or finding something currently on the market? Well, let's look at each one of those. If you find something currently on the market that is anything like a new construction, I don't know where you're going to find that. That is very, very rare. And if they get found, they're going to be gobbled up in 2 seconds. So the inventory for new constructions is little to none. The other idea, which is you're going to take a property and kind of take it down to the studs or completely remodel it, traditionally was probably one of your better routes to go. However, with build costs and timelines, it's kind of, people have kind of gotten away from it, and the appetite for a lot of people, especially buyers coming into the area, that remember, more than half of our buyers coming into buying in Greenwich are not from Greenwich, and even more are not from the state of New York. They're coming from different locations. They just don't quite have the appetite to do all this work when they move in. So does it make sense for me to buy land and build a custom home comparatively for like rebuild costs? You're going to pay more for sure for that custom build. You're going to pay more for the land than traditionally, and you're going to pay more price per square foot for that build. It is going to cost you more. And it's going to take an average of a year to a year and a half, maybe two, depending on exactly what it is that you're building and all the permits and timelines. So what's my best advice? It completely depends on you, your situation, and your own timeline and your budget. Let's just be honest. There's nothing better than buying land and building your dream house on it. However, it's just not feasible for certain people in certain situations. Inventory is coming up. And I do think that we will, in the next 6 to 9 months, be seeing a situation as the market corrects, that you'll be seeing some people who are either maybe going to be leaving some constructions, unfortunately, midway. I think some people might dabble into some new constructions and walk away. I also think there might be a chance that somebody finishes a custom home build and maybe gets a job transfer, or maybe has an opportunity to maybe, or they just can't take care of the opportunity to go into the house and they need to kind of make a change or move. Jumping on projects like that where somebody is kind of stuck and they just kind of need the relief of getting away from it could be your absolute best bet. For that to happen, you need to make sure that you're working with professionals who have the pulse of the market, and they know exactly what's happening, and checking out any off-market or possibly upcoming deals. So again, it's not an easy answer. I wish I could just lay it out, but depending on your particular situation, there is a best way to go about this. If you're a home buyer with interest rates kind of going up and you're gonna use financing, I believe that they'll probably level off or go up just slightly. I don't know if we'll ever really reach 10 in this next 6 months or so. So is it the best time to buy? For you and your family, if it's the best time to buy, inventory is going to be going up. Buyers are going to be maybe starting to take a pause. There's going to be more inventory. We could see it. We just talked about the numbers. Stuff is coming on all the time now because sellers want to capitalize on what possibly they lost as far as that big sale payday. So that might be a good time for you to take advantage of it. We are showing stats here that our days on market is going down. However, that very well could shift as more inventory comes on. There's a chance we could be doing and talking in September, October, November, where the 32 to 54 days on market shifts to 60 to 90 days on market. I mean, that would be a big shift, but it could happen. When those days on market happens, the price reductions come, better opportunities for you as a buyer. Sellers, now is absolutely the time. If you are going to try to get the most amount of money for your house, absolutely the time to do it in the town of Greenwich, Connecticut. And you really may want to think about maybe just doing a little remodel to the house. It makes you feel better by living in the house. If a little paint, a little touch up here and there will go a long way for you to even sell the house. Obviously, we have concierge that can also help you with staging the house and furnishing it if you'd like. And then making sure, if you're a seller, that you're working with an agent who actually has a strategic marketing plan to get the property out to the very best buyers of the property, who has creative marketing that elicits the emotions and the ability for you to actually gain those buyers who want to come in and see the property, who want to make the phone call, who don't just do the same copy and paste marketing on your real estate property. If you're interested in understanding how to target market, how we actually use that using technology, and how we do creative lifestyle branding marketing, please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you about how we do that. So in conclusion, the real estate market in the town of Greenwich is still very, very healthy, although we are going through a shifting or correcting market as we kind of shift back to what I predict will be like a 2018, 2019 pre-pandemic market in the next 6 to 9 months. Could be a good opportunity for buyers to take advantage of it. It's still the best time for sellers to still sell right now. If you have any questions about the real estate market in the entire town and want more information on North Parkway, South Parkway, Riverside, Old Greenwich, Coscop, please reach out. We will have a PDF ready to go for you, or we're happy to talk to you about pricing your home or give you a buyer consultation. Whatever it is that you're looking for, we're here for all of your needs. Mike Ferraro, until we talk again about the September market, take care.